Hello everyone, myself Paresh Patel, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Medicinal Chemistry at LG Institute of Pharmacy. As we all know that due to the current situation in COVID-19, we are not able to conduct your regular lectures at our college campus, but your study will not be missed, and therefore we are going to upload the lecture on our Pharma Ignite channel of LGIP. So I request all the students to subscribe our Pharma Ignite channel. Now in semester 5, today I am going to discuss about the anti-diabetic agents. Now before going in this detail, I would like to describe about the endocrine system, because these agents come under the category of the drugs acting in endocrine system. Endocrine systems are regulated by various hormones, and there are different glands which are secreting the particular hormones, and those hormones will regulate the particular physiological action in our body. For an example, the pancreas that has two type of cell, one is alpha and another is a beta. So that pancreatic alpha cell, that isolate of the Langerhans, their alpha cell are able to secrete the glucagon hormones, while beta cells, they are able to secrete the insulin hormones. What is the role of the glucagon is? Glucagon is increasing the glucose level, while insulin will decreasing the insulin level, glucose level. So even other hormones of the different glands are there. Pituitary glands which are regulating the growth hormones, and other thyroid gland is regulating or the functioning of the thyroxine hormone. In today's lecture we will discuss about the what are the contents, that is what is the diabetes mellitus, pathogenesis of diabetes mellitus, what is the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes, how the treatment of type 1 is given, and various insulin preparations which is used in the treatment of type 1. And there are various recent advances in the delivery of the insulin, so that will be also studied. Now first we need to understand what is diabetes mellitus. It is a chronic metabolic disorder which is characterized by the high level of the glucose concentration. That means the condition is known as hyperglycemia. So hyperglycemia is the major cause or major reason in the diabetes mellitus, which is caused by many reasons. We will discuss it again in the pathogenesis. And what are the level of the glucose? If the fasting plasma glucose level or fasting blood sugar, that is considered to be more than 7 millimole per liter, or we can say that after the meal, if it is more than 11.1 millimole after 2 hours of meal, then the person is suffering from diabetes, which is caused by two main reasons. One is the insulin deficiency and another is the insulin resistance. Now there are two type of diabetes mellitus. One is the type 1, another is the type 2. What is type 1? Type 1 is known as insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Again I am telling you, type 1 is known as the insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, IDDBM. As its name indicates, in type 1 diabetes, the sufficient quantity of the insulin is not secreted from the beta cells, and therefore there will be the deficiency of the insulin. Now what is type 2? It is non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. That means there is no deficiency of the insulin, but there is a insulin resistance. Means the insulin which is required to reduce the glucose level by increasing the utilization of the glucose, so the functioning of the insulin is being suffered. So in type 2 actually the insulin is secreted, but that doesn't work in the proper manner, and therefore there is a insulin resistance where it doesn't work in the proper manner. So these two are the main type of diabetes, that is type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 is insulin dependence and type 2 is non-insulin dependence. Now when we talk about the pathogenesis of the type 1, okay, how the type 1 diabetes is being developed. So there are various factors. One is genetic susceptibility. So there is change in the chromosome, especially chromosome number 6. So there is the functioning of the pancreatic beta cell, which is required to secrete the insulin, that is going to be suffer. That means the pancreatic beta cell will not able to secrete the sufficient quantity of the insulin which is needed to control the glucose level. Second factor is the environmental factors, where there are, because of certain chemicals or the certain viral infections, they also leads to the development of type 1. And very important one is the autoimmune factors. What is autoimmunity? The body will produce the antibody against the insulin, and therefore the isolate antibodies are produced, which leads to the destruction of the beta cell. And as the beta cells are destructed, the insulin will not be able to be secreted. Now, what about the type 2 diabetes? In case of the type 2 diabetes, there are various factors, including lifestyle. If you see the genetic factors, again, they are responsible. Constitutional factors, if we consider that obesity and hypertension, these are the two main reasons. And many of the people you may be find that the person who are having the obesity or the hypertension, they may have the also the type 2 diabetes. And another thing which is related with the lifestyle is the low physical activities. So people who are having the low physical activities, they are prone to be suffering from the type 2 diabetes. Again, the degradation or decrease the insulin secretion, again there is also the reason as in the type 1 also. Insulin resistance, that means the insulin which is secreted will not able to produce its action in the proper manner. And the insulin action is, it has to reduce the glucose level by increasing the utilization of the glucose. Then it also increase the hepatic glucose synthesis through the certain enzymes. So there is in the liver, the glucose synthesis is being elevated and hyperglycemia. Ultimately, type 2 diabetes is caused by a number of the factors, and main cause is the lifestyle. So lifestyle disorder is also be there, and lifestyle is also being related with the development of type 2 diabetes. If we see the main differences, which is very common question which is being asked in many number of times in the exams. Okay, what is the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes mellitus? If you see the frequency or the population who are suffering from type 1 is around 10 to 20%. So major population is suffering from type 2 diabetes around 80 to 90%. The type 1 is occurring at very early stage around below the 35 year of age, while type 2 is after the 40 years of age. Then what we can say is the normal in type 1 diabetes, the body weight is remain to be a normal one, but in type 2 the obesity can also be disposed. Then we can say the family history. If we see the epidemiological studies, less than 20% of the population who are suffering from type 1 diabetes, they are having the family history, while in case of type 2 it is more than 60%. In case of the, again we see the pathogenesis, the autoimmunity is a responsible factor for the type 1 diabetes. Lifestyle is the major causes of the type 2 diabetes. So main difference is type 1 is main factor, main difference is that type 1 is affecting around 10 to 20% of total diabetic patients, while type 2 affecting more than 80% of the population. So therefore most of the people who are suffering from diabetes, they are in the category of type 2. Now what are the signs and symptoms of diabetes mellitus? Insulin deficiency will produce the hyperglycemia, and therefore it will produce the glucosuria. It also creating the ketoacidosis. It also stimulate the lipolysis. It increase the fatty acid in the plasma, and therefore many a number of time obesity will be disposed in type 2 diabetes. There is also decrease the anabolism, where osmotic diuretics and dehydration and the various loss of the various electrolytes, which also leads to the diabetic coma. So diabetic coma is again a very dangerous condition. Now, what is the conclusion is in type 1, the major problem is the secretion of the insulin, may be caused by anything, while in case of the type 2, the insulin is not the main reason, but the functioning of the insulin is the main reason behind the development of type 2 diabetes. Now, we will discuss about the treatment of type 1 diabetes. So, in type 1 diabetes, as the insulin is not secreted in the proper quantity, that means we need to provide the drug itself, the insulin. So, we are giving the insulin preparations, and as you know, the insulin is given to the subcutaneous route, and many of the patients who are type 1 diabetes, they are they are trained to be the administration of the drug by themselves only. Now again the question is, many number of times the comment is being asked or in the competitive exam, why the insulin is not being given in the oral route or through the oral route. As the insulin is the hormone, it is a polypeptide, so the stability is not there and it degraded rapidly in the GIT tract. So we are not giving the insulin in the through the oral route, but we are giving through the subcutaneous route only. It control, what is the role of the insulin, we will see. Okay, it control the metabolism action of the, especially the utilization of the glucose, and therefore it will facilitate the uptake and the storage of the glucose, amino acids and fats after the meal. Now how this insulin structure is there, there are two chains, one is chain A and another is chain B. Chain A and chain B, if you see the structures, the various amino acids residues are there, and therefore this whole structure is made up from two different chains, one is chain A and chain B, and they are going to attach with each other through the sulfide linkage. If you see the level of the insulin, how it differs in the different patients. If you see the normal subject or normal patients, so insulin level is at the optimum level. Even if you see the type 1 diabetes, then it is very low. But type 2 diabetes, it is somehow above the type 1 diabetes but below the normal subject. So you can see the picture how the type 1 diabetes patients having the level of the insulin in their body or in their plasma. So insulin level is very low in the type 1 diabetes patient. In type 2, they are above the type 1 diabetic patient but not up to the normal subject. In normal subject, it reached to the optimum level. Source of the insulin, it is being produced by the recombinant DNA technology, hybridoma technology. And how it work? It work on the insulin receptors, and thereby it will increase the transportation of the glucose through the certain transporter like GLUT4 and GLUT1. Now insulin administration, if you see the various insulin preparations which is being used, so they are being used in the various injectable formulations. Injectable amyl analogs are there which are slow acting, again long acting insulin preparations and short acting insulin preparations are also available. The short acting insulin will produce their actions up to 30 to 90 minutes. Intermediate actions insulin preparations are also there, and long acting insulin preparations which can be produced up to the minimum from 3 to 4 hours and sometime maximum up to 20 to 24 hours. Regular insulin preparations, they are available in the market, which is being used by the many people who are suffering from type 1 as well as in many cases it is a type 2. What are the side effect of the insulin? Okay, hypoglycemia, which is a very common side effect, and that also leads to the diabetic coma, because once the glucose level is being decreases, the brain is also affected, and many a number of time if the more amount of the glucose is being decreases, which is known as the hypoglycemic conditions, and the brain will be affected, and sometimes the person may be suffering from diabetic coma. Nowadays in the market, there are various innovative technologies are available, and various innovative insulin preparations are also being discovered. You can see the insulin syringe are there, pen devices are there, inhaled insulin is also available, insulin pump is there. Then insulin patch is also there. Even intelligent drug delivery systems, where the based on the level of the glucose in the blood, the insulin is being released. So there are various implantable pumps are also available. So you can say the various innovations have been made, or novel drug delivery system is being working as far as the treatment of the type 1 is concerned. Now, which type of questions are being asked from this portion? Very important one is the difference between type 1 and type 2. Treatment of type 1 diabetes, if it is being asked, and many a number of times in GTU it is asked, you have to write down the various insulin preparations and the mechanism of insulin and various preparations of the insulin. Again, if you ask the type 1, the treatment of type 1 diabetes and various preparations of the insulin, including the recent advances. So when the question is asked various preparation of the insulin, you will also write down the innovations or the novel drug delivery systems which have developed the various new insulin preparation. So you will prepare this thing.